Hello guys, this is Widow Plays What Ifs, and this is gonna be a new series. I don't know what the name will be though. I'll either name it What If Deku Was Two-Face or What If Deku Was Two-Face's cousin. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but as you can tell, Deku is gonna be Harvey Dent's cousin, as you can tell from the other name. As Harvey Dent is gonna be Two-Face, but Izuku is gonna be another Two-Face. The other side of him, the other side, I would say his right side, instead of his left side, is gonna be burned. Unlike his cousin, well, his right side is burned. I'm gonna say Harvey's left side is gonna be burned. You know where I'm going with this. But yeah, I'm gonna start the episode, or the episode or series off, as Izuku's father was brothers with Harvey's father. They were brothers. Harvey's father and Hisashi were brothers. As Hisashi is American in this timeline. As their parents was always abusive, and Hisashi always wanted to get away from them. Even though his parents were rich, he just didn't like anything. He didn't want anything to do with his parents and his brother, because his brother started to act like his parents. As time passes, I would say Hisashi wanted to be a doctor. No, not a doctor, a scientist. Yeah, scientist. As that's what his job is. He is a scientist, as he works on different things. Mostly on powers and metahumans and stuff like that. That's the type of scientist he is. But whenever he is at the right age, he moves from Gotham to Japan, as he had a really good job offer in Japan for his work. As he went without second thought. As time passes, he has a good home. He meets Inko one day. He went to get a doctor's checkup. As he went to Inko's office, as she's gonna be his doctor. As that's how they met. Inko is his doctor and patient relationship over there. But time passes and they are in a relationship. They date, and they get married. During this time, Harvey Dent is born from his abusive father. As his father and Hisashi stays in touch. They stay in touch. As they're still brothers, as they tell each other what's going on in their lives. As Harvey's father tells Hisashi that he has a son, and Hisashi is surprised by that, as he is happy that his brother has a son. And yeah, time pass. Years pass, as they I would say Hisashi and Harvey always stay in touch. But as the years pass, Harvey's father starts to get abusive, starts to get drunk, and all that, as you would expect a deadbeat father like that to be. As Hisashi really wants to go back to he wants to go back to Gotham just for Harvey, as he doesn't want Harvey to be abused no more by his deadbeat dad, as he's going to do everything he can to save his little nephew. As whenever I would say around this time Inko and Hisashi are married, and they are, and Inko, as I would say, whenever Hisashi is thinking of going back to Gotham, and he tells Inko he wants to go to Gotham to protect his nephew by being neglected or beaten by his brother. As Ingo feels bad for the boy, as she tells Hisashi she'll go wherever he goes, as she loves him. As Hisashi smiles at that, as Ingo tells him she's pregnant. As I would say, Hisashi's surprised by that. As I would say Hisashi is surprised by that, and he's happy. He's going to have a son. And yeah, as they pack their things and they move, they move from Japan all the way back to Gotham. As whenever they're in the airport, a limousine drives by. As a butler opens the door saying, "You may come in. You are back, sir." As Hisashi says, "Yes. I don't know what this butler's name should be. It's not gonna be Alfred, because this is not the Batman family. This is not the Bat family. No, I'm going to say the butler's name will be. Let me think on that, guys. As the butler's name will be Sebastian. If you know where that reference is from, I'm glad you do, because I love that anime. But whatever. Let's go back to the story. As Sebastian says, "You are back, master." As Hisashi says, "Yes, I am, Sebastian." As he tells Amigo to get in the back of the limo, as they do, as they drive to their small mansion, as they're not gonna be as rich as they're not gonna be as rich as the freaking Wayne family, of course. But yeah, they're not gonna be as they're not gonna be as popular or famous or as wealthy as the Wayne family, of course, but they're still pretty wealthy. As I think they go to their small mansion. As the mansion isn't too small, but it's pretty big. It's a pretty big mansion, even for a wealthy person. Though it's not a as big of a mansion as the Waynes, but whatever. Oh, stop! I'm talking about that. But still, they are wealthy, and they have butlers and shit. As Hisashi walks up to his mansion, as he says, "I haven't been here in a while," as he sighs. As he thinks to himself, "Before I left thank God I got my own place before I left. As his butlers and maids have been keeping the house clean and not neglected. As it looks the mansion looks perfectly fine. Still, after the years Hisashi has been gone, he's happy about that. He's kind of glad that he's back at Gotham, his hometown. He's pretty glad that he's back here. As yeah, as they get settled into their house, and they start they get into their house, and they immediately call I would say Hisashi calls his brother up, asking if can he have his nephew come over to his house, as he's asking his brothers to bring his son to him, so he can stay at his place instead of that abusive assholes, as he's thinking inside of his head, as his brother doesn't know what his own brother thinks of him. As I would say he lets he brings Harvey to Hisashi's house, as Hisashi is happy, as he freaking once he sees Harvey, he hugs him, as he says, "Don't worry, I'll get you away from that abusive father of yours." As Harvey is still pretty young still, but he understands what he means, as he says, "Really?" As Hisashi says, "Yes." As they have a they have a trial. They start their court trial on the custody of Yeah, they start their trial, and they're having a restraining order against Harvey's dad, to have him stay away from Harvey and his family, in case of he tries to do something afterwards. As they have a few court dates, as they after a few time tries, they actually win, and they get they win the court trial, as they keep they have custody over Harvey. As around this time, during this whole time, Harvey has been best friends with Bruce Wayne. Yeah, he is best friends with Bruce Wayne. I'll watch that later. Yeah, I'll watch it later. But he is best friends with Bruce Wayne, like he is in the comics and everything. As a little bit of time pass, and I would say a few months pass, and Inko is water broke. Her water broke, as I would say, yeah, Izuku is about to be born, as she's about to give birth to Izuku, as they quickly go to the hospital, as Hisashi and Ingo always sees Harvey as their own kid. They always see him as their own kid, as he's going to call Izuku his little brother. Yes, he's going to see Izuku as his little brother, not a cousin. As Izuku is as Inko is giving birth to Izuku, as they're in the emergency room, as she is giving birth right now, as she is pushing and pushing, and doctor's telling her to push, as she is screaming, as she's snapping at the doctor, telling him, I want to see you try this. I want to see all you guys try giving birth to a baby, and see how y'all feel. As the doctor shuts up, as she pushes and pushes, and Izuku is finally out of her, out of her stomach, out of her body. As they cut the cord that connects Izuku to Inko, and they wash him off, and they put him in a little blanket, as they give Izuku to Inko. As at this moment Hisashi and Harvey are outside the door, and they're just waiting for the doctor to give them a heads up, telling them that the baby's born. As the doctor opens the door, and he tells them he's born. As they're excited, as they run into the room, as they see the scene of Inko holding her little baby boy, smiling, as they are struck. They feel like they have been struck by the heart, as they feel some type of way of the scene. Both Hisashi and Harvey feel this, as they're having some type of feelings come up to the surface, as they come closer to the baby, as they are instantly in love with this little baby, as they have nothing but love for this little kid. As they ask Inko, what's his name gonna be? As Inko says, his name is gonna be Izuku Dent. As Harvey and Hisashi smile at that, as they say, okay, that's a good name for this little boy, this child. I'm gonna say Izuku looks totally different from what he does in canon. From his story, he looks completely different. I would say Hisashi has pure black hair, slick back hair, like I would say kind of like Harvey does. As Harvey got his hair from his uncle. As his father had more type of a messy hair. But Izuku, they both have slick black hair. Yeah, slick black hair. As Izuku's father is a real role model to Izuku's father is a real role model to Harvey. So he has he modeled his hair after Izuku's father, pretty much. As Izuku's father is always in a suit, and so is everybody else in the family. They all are either in a suit or a dress. The dress as an Inko being in a dress. But Hisashi has always has a lab coat over his suit, I would say, though, because of his work. So he would always have a lab coat over his suit because of habit. But yeah, I would say Izuku. Hisashi has slick back hair, slick black hair, yeah. Well, Inko has white hair. Yeah, Inko has white, beautiful hair. And she has blue eyes. Same as Hisashi. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Izuku has slick. He's gonna have slick back white hair. His hair is gonna be white. Yes, his hair is gonna be white. Yep, his hair is gonna be white. That's gonna be great. As as time passes, he has white hair and blue eyes. Yeah, white hair and blue eyes. As he's a mix of his father and mother. And he's gonna look handsome. Yeah, he's gonna look handsome. He doesn't have no freaking freckles. As this is a DC world, cause yeah, whatever. And everybody looks more realistic, more not whatever. As you know what I'm trying to say. But Izuku has white hair and blue eyes, and he looks handsome, or he's gonna look handsome whenever he gets older. Well, he's gonna look very cute whenever he's very small. I'm gonna say as time passes, as I would say Harvey matures. He has a strong sense of justice, as he already knows what he wants to be since the court trial of his father. He has a fascination with the court and lawyers, as he wants to be an attorney. And he wants to be an attorney whenever he grows up, as he tells Hisashi what his dream is, as Hisashi believes Harvey can do it, as Harvey is very happy that Hisashi believes in him, as he starts working very hard on learning everything about being being in the court, being a lawyer. Being a district attorney. That's what he wants to be, a district attorney when he grows up. As he's learning everything he can, as he's very passionate about this. And I'm going to say, as Izuku grows up, no, I'm not going to go to Izuku yet. As I would say around whenever Harvey is around the age of 8. He gets a call from his best friend, that being Bruce Wayne, as Bruce Wayne tells Harvey what is going on. And Harvey feels really bad for Bruce, so he goes to Bruce's mansion. He tries to comfort him. During that whole time that Bruce has been very sad about his parents' deaths, as he has been very sad, as yeah, as Harvey has been trying to help Bruce through this. He has been trying to help him he has been helping him, trying to go through the loss of his parents. As time passes and Izuku is around, after that happens, and I would say after that happens, Bruce and Harvey got very gotten closer because of the accident of his parents. Though unintentional, they still got closer because of it. As they were his friends before that happened, they turned to best friends after. As they even because of that incident, that even made Harvey want to become an attorney even more. It even made him have more of a resolve to be an attorney. As he knows what he's going to be after that incident, he is 100% sure what he wants to be whenever he grows up, or when he's old enough. As a few years pass, and Izuku is the age of 5, or yeah, the age of 5. And I don't think I have told y'all what Amiko's quirk is. Try to give her a quirk. Yeah, I'm gonna give her a quirk. She can create bladed weapons. That's her quirk. She can create bladed weapons. Even though it doesn't fit with her lifestyle, she still likes her quirk, as she thinks her quirk is very cool. As only people not that many people around I would say the United States, and I think the states or other countries except Japan have quirks. It's not very that well known. Quirks are not that well known. Yeah, they're not that well known. But they are still known. Quirks are. There are a lot of people in other countries that have quirks. They're not just in Japan, but I would say they're more well known. There's a lot of people in Japan that has some quirks. Japan is known to have people with quirks that lives in it. As I would say as Izuku is 5. Before Izuku could learn how to as Izuku knew how to learn how to read, talk, he learned how to read because of his father and mother. They want Izuku to be smart. As soon as Izuku could learn how to talk and walk, they taught him how to read. They taught him how to do many things. Since he was learned how to do all that, as he learned how to walk, he has been taught many things, like his mother's side of her business, her work. He learned a lot of things in her field. The same thing goes with his father's field. He learned a little bit of both. He's learning both of his parents' fields. But I don't feel like, I'm not gonna say that. Izuku wants something else though, as he looks up to his brother a lot, his big brother. His brother um Harvey. Sorry if I forget Harvey's name sometimes, so I'll pause here and there to remember his name. Sorry about that. But as he looks up to his brother Harvey, as Izuku wants to learn what Harvey's learning, as he sees Harvey always on reading books and learning stuff about being a lawyer. As Izuku was curious about this, but I would say even though he's curious about this, he's more he wants to be more of a scientist, or a mix between a scientist and a doctor. He could be both of his have both of his parents' occupations. As he could easily get very wealthy easily by being both. But as Izuku grows up, he's around the time he's 5 years old. As Izuku was looking at something. He was learning how to make a knife. As he found it curious. As he looked up all the components to make a knife. As he learned all the components and he understood. As he was thinking about the knife. After he turned his chair around, as he was thinking of the knife, and the knife appeared on his hand. As Izuku is holding the knife, as he is shocked, as he doesn't know what he just did, as he thinks for the knife to disappear, and it disappeared. As he thinks of the knife to reappear, and it reappears in his hand. As he runs to his mom, as he's shouting, "Mom, mom, mom, mom!" As Inko is at home today, as this is a weekend. As she says, "Yes, Izuku." As Izuku shows her his power, as he doesn't know it's a quirk right now, because quirks are not as well known as metahumans, pretty much. Though it's still known, not as well known, like I said earlier. As he shows Inko his power, as he shows her shows her the knife, as he thinks for it to reappear in his hand, and it does. And he thinks of it to disappear, and it disappears. As Inko is shocked, as she says, "You have my quirk." As Hisashi walks in, as he says, "What's the commotion?" As Inko says, "He has my quirk. Our son has my quirk." As Hisashi is shocked, as he asks, "He does?" As Inko nods, as she as Hisashi runs up to Izuku, and he tells him to show him what his quirk is like. As Izuku shows him, as the knife is appearing and disappearing in Izuku's hand. As I would say they take him to a doctor very quickly. And I would say before they leave, Harvey comes around and he asks them, "What's the commotion? What's going on, Mom and Dad?" As he pretty much sees Inko and Hisashi as his mom and dad. As they have raised him, so of course he's going to think like that. I'm going to say they tell him that Mizuku has a quirk, Inko's quirk, as Harvey is surprised by this, as he knows what a quirk is, as he found out by Inko very young. As one day Inko was just using her quirk as Harvey was surprised that Inko has a power, and he asked her, well, she has a power. She tells him it's not really a power like the metahumans. It is a quirk. I'm a descendant of someone that had a quirk. I'm one of those descendants that have quirks. As she tells him all about it, and I would say Harvey is very interested in this, and he's surprised that and we go back to current time as he's surprised that let's say yeah, he's surprised that Izuku has a quirk like his mother. Well, he shouldn't be surprised, but at the same time he is. He's not that surprised, but he is. As he's happy for his little brother that he has a power, his own power. As they all drive off in a limo to a doctor. As the doctor tells them what type of quirk Izuku has. As the doctor tells Inko that though Izuku's power over here is more powerful than yours, not only can he make or create bladed weapons, he can make weapons as well, like guns and automatic weapons and pistols and stuff like that. He can make weapons and bladed weapons. Nothing too much, but just weapons that he can use with his hands. I would say the max that he could use, I would say, would be an LMG. One of those big LMGs would be as big as he could make something, I would say. As Inko was surprised as she is thinking her son's quirk is so powerful. As she says, what does he need in order to make things, make the weapons? As the doctor says, just like you, he has to see the components and understand all the opponents to make the weapon. The components to make the weapon. As he needs to understand everything and understand it to make it. After he understands all the components, all he has to do is think of the weapon, and it would take a little stamina out of him, and he'll make the weapon. As the making of weapons trades his stamina for it. He trades his stamina to make weapons, like you, Miss Dent. As they are not Midori's, they are Dents. Because of Hisashi's name, she took his name. And Hisashi is a Dent. So I didn't think I need to say it out loud, so I didn't think I need to say it, but I'll just say it. If many of y'all don't understand. But yeah, as they go back home, as I would say years pass, Izuku is in college and fuck, forgot his name again. Sorry, I need to pause. Harvey is starting his career of being a lawyer, as he's already done quite a few cases, as he's starting to be a big shot around the lawyer world, as he's starting to have a big face in Gotham. He's a pretty well-known lawyer, as people are starting to call him the Apollo, calling him Apollo like they did in the they call him Apollo because of his good looks, pretty much. That's why they call him. A lot of people call him Apollo, as Izuku is as known as Apollo as well in his school, as he's a pretty boy, as he is pretty handsome, or cute, as some people would call him, cute or handsome, whichever one you would go by. You want Izuku to go by, but yeah. Let me think. Around the time skip, Izuku has learned martial arts, and he has learned how to use his quirk efficiently, as he was trained by his mother to use his quirk. As Izuku can make multiple weapons out of his quirk, as he mainly likes using pistols or SMGs. But he doesn't mind other type of weapons. Those are just his main weapons he uses, SMGs or pistols or revolvers. He likes revolvers a lot. He doesn't know. He just likes revolvers. He doesn't know if it's the look of them, the feel of them. He doesn't know. He just clicks with it. But yeah, as I would say, since he was young, he has had a coin that a replica coin that Harvey gave him, as Harvey gave him a coin that looks like his, but it doesn't have the scratches on it. As Izuku says, why not the scratches? I like the scratches on your coin. As Harvey says, you really want the scratches on my like my coin? As Izuku says, yes. If I literally would not know which side is which if I don't have the scratches on one side of my coin. As I would say, Harvey face palms as he says, "You're right, Izuku," as he laughs a little bit. As he carves one side of the coin, one side of Izuku's coin, like to be like his. As he tosses the coin back to Izuku, and this was at their house, as I would say Harvey gave Izuku the coin whenever they were in their house. As he says, I'm giving you this coin just so you always you have a little bit of me with you. You have me with you everywhere you go. As this is like a thing for them to know that Izuku will always be by what's it called? Harvey, and Harvey will always be by Izuku. As that's a testament to the coins, pretty much. As they will always think of each other as they see their coins, pretty much. Even though they're probably far away from each other, they always think of each other for the coins. So yeah, as I skip back to the current time, as I would say, Batman has been out and around for a few years, as Batman villains are slowly showing up and surfacing. As the first year, Batman was being hunted down, and I would say the beginning or middle of the second year, um, Batman stopped being hunted down, and he's taking a good he's making a good face around the city of Gotham. And yeah, I just wanted to say that Batman's around right now. And I would say Bruce Wayne um and Harvey see each other a lot. As Bruce Wayne visits Harvey and the Dent family a lot, as he sees them as a second family to him, as they are very friendly towards Bruce Wayne and his butler. And I would say his many adopted kids, as only a few of them have appeared now. A few Batman sidekicks. I would say the first one would be what's his fucking name? Um Nightwing. The first sidekick. Dick Grayson. Yeah, Dick Grayson was the first one to become part of the Bat family, if I'm correct. It's around the time Bruce Wayne has Nightwing as his sidekick, though Dick Grayson isn't known as Nightwing yet. He is still a Robin. As they're pretty friendly towards each other. The two Bruce Wayne and the Dent family. As I would say Izuku yeah, I forgot to mention Izuku got his quirk, yeah. He got his quirk. He has mastered his quirk. He through the years he has learned a lot from his parents about their work, as he thinks he wants to be a scientist more than a doctor, so he's gonna be a scientist like his father. So he's gonna be in that type of line of work, or he's thinking he's gonna be in that line of work very soon, as he will graduate very soon from university, Gotham University, yeah. As or he's gonna graduate in a year or so from Gotham University. That's what I'm gonna say. He's still in the middle of Gotham University, yeah, whatever. As during the years he has learned how to fight, because he has seen how this city is, how corrupted it is, how dark the city is. He has seen the darkness of the city from a young age because of Bruce Wayne. He felt very sorry for Bruce Wayne, since Bruce Wayne visits them very often, as he learned part of Bruce Wayne's backstory. Well, not the full story, cause he's not gonna be part of the Bat family at all. But yeah, though Bruce Wayne, I would say sees as he sees Izuku as a little brother. Yeah, he sees Bruce Wayne as a little brother, pretty much. Yeah, let's just say that. As he finds Izuku kind of cute. whenever he was younger, he found Izuku cute as and he treated him as a little brother, as he would I would say was he would pamper Izuku a lot. But yeah, let's move on from that. And let's move on to the story now. As Izuku is in university, Gotham University, and he I would say Harvey finally got a big score. He has got a big case going on. He has a big case going on. He is going to bring Maroni behind bars. Maroni is a known crime boss, as he's going to finally get Maroni behind bars. As let me see what's going on. Oh, you're in this Monica, you're in this new episode or new series. I'm giving you a little shout out, Monica McCain. Thank you for subscribing for my on my channel. But yeah, Izuku did finally got a big score, and he has a big case. He's gonna bring Maroni down and bring him behind bars if this case succeeds. As he wants Izuku, as he's talking to Izuku about this, as he wants Izuku to be in the first seat, the seat right behind him. He wants Izuku to see his work, how he does this. He wants Izuku to see him win this case. As Izuku agrees, he wants to see his big brother win this case. As they a couple weeks pass, and the case of Maroni has finally started. And a couple hours have passed as Izuku has seen what's going on in the case and everything. As he's very proud of his big brother. Big brother, by the looks of it, is winning this case. As yeah, his big brother has winning this case. As as he's happy. As a few hours pass and it's finally break. They'll have an hour break. As around that hour break, Maroni talks with Falcone, the main mob boss that runs the whole city of Gotham around this time. As they talk pretty quietly as Falcone gives Maroni a cup. As Maroni smirks and they have a little deal going on. As they the case is back in session and the case finally ends with Maroni being faced to justice. He's going to go behind bars. As Maroni gets kind of pretty pissed. As he runs up to as he starts yelling, freaking saying, "You bastard!" As he's trying to run up to fucking Harvey. I don't understand why Harvey's so hard for me to remember, but yeah, I will try to remember it because I really want to do more DC series, and I really like Two-Face a lot. I like his character. But yeah, as Maroni is running and he's about to throw the acid on Harvey's face and arm. She's gonna throw the acid on Harvey. But Izuku steps in and he steps right in front of him. He runs up and in front of his brother, as I would say, yeah, as he's trying to protect his brother as Maroni throws acid, as he's already threw the acid, and it's too late for him to stop, as the acid is thrown. Instead of it burning instead of it burning blah, I can't say shit at the moment. Fuck, I'm sorry, guys. Instead of it burning Harvey, it burns Izuku's right side. The right of his body is being burned severely. As Izuku is writhing in pain, as Maroni is shocked that this boy saved that bastard. As I would say, Harvey gets real pissed. He is livid as he runs up to Maroni and he starts pummeling Maroni to the ground. As he says, "You bastard! You freaking hurt my little brother. Now I'll fucking hurt you. I'll make you be in a body cast for your life. For life. Yeah, I'll make you be in a body cast for life behind prison." As he's pummeling freaking Maroni right now. As at this point everyone in the stands and everyone is shocked. As people are running up to Izuku trying to help him. Well, some people are trying to I would say yes, some police are trying to stop some people are trying to stop Harvey from hurting Maroni too much, as they don't really care about Maroni, because he look what he just did on live television. He did this on live television at the moment. Izuku is writhing in pain at the moment, as you can just hear screams from a boy being in pain. As Harvey stops, as he gets up, and the two cops pick up Maroni, and they're freaking punching Maroni and stuff now. As Maroni at this point is just shocked that he got the wrong person. As I would say I don't know what to think. What should I do? What should I do? As Harvey runs up to Izuku, trying to soothe Izuku, trying to tell him calm down, calm down, calm down. Izuku, he's trying to get to Izuku, as Izuku can't hear nothing right now, as he's just screaming. As Harvey just yelling at people, telling them, call the ambulance, call the freaking call the ambulance, call the hospital. As someone does. As around this time Maroni is being carted away to go to prison at the moment. As I would say, right whenever Maroni is by the door, it explodes as Maroni dies. As everyone is shocked at this point, they think as the front of the court is pretty much exploded, as there was a hidden explosive. There are hidden explosives throughout the court. As one by one explosions start happening and chaos erupts. As everyone is discombobulated and everyone is just confused, as everyone is running every which direction, trying to leave and escape. As I would say around this time the explosions are happening, and Izuku is hearing everything happening, but he can't really think on anything at the moment because of how much pain he's feeling. As I would say, yeah, Izuku's right side is burned pretty badly. The right side of Izuku's body, or the upper part of Izuku's body, his face and his whole arm and hand. Well, most of his chest is being burned or burnt by the acid. As I would say, Harvey picks Izuku up and he's running to the front of the yeah, he's trying to run out of the courthouse right now. As an explosion happens right on the left side of the left side of Harvey. As it explodes and he goes flying, and he lets go of Izuku. Well, parts of parts of Izuku's right side has been burned, while Harvey's left side is being burned to a crisp, as his left side is on fire, as he's yelling and screaming at this moment. The same with Izuku, but around this time Izuku has been passed out because of the explosion. As around this time the everything's live on TV, as they're seeing every chaos erupting, and they're seeing the district attorney, the well-known district attorney Harvey Dent, and his little brother being severely burned. Well, they're just seeing they see Izuku just laying passed out on the ground. Well, they're seeing with the camera Harvey just screaming and just holding his left side of his face, as he is writhing in pain on the ground, as he finally passes out from the pain from the left side. As so many ambulances and freaking fire trucks arrive, as everything's happening so fast. As around the time the fire trucks and ambulances arrive, I would say, let's switch to another perspective. As the camera switches around to someone just looking at the chaos, as you see a big smile appear on this unknown's face. As you just see the big smile on his face, as he's just smiling at what he did in the courthouse, as his main target is dead. As he's happy that the main target is dead, as he walks off. As this unknown's target was Moroni. Moroni pissed this unknown off really badly, and he wanted him dead. So this was the best thing that this unknown thought of while the court trial was happening, to make sure that Moroni is dead forever. As he made sure that Moroni was the first person to die, as he was just waiting for Moroni to be right by the door when it happened. And he really didn't really care for anyone else, to be honest. They were just casualties. They were, in his mind, they were just casualties of war. As he really didn't care, he thought it was kind of funny, to be honest, that they died because of someone else's stupidity, pretty much. As everyone's hurt or killed because of one bad day. As the unknown person is just looking on and seeing the courthouse is up in flames. As firemen and firefighters appear, trying to burn the fire out. As they're trying to burn the fire out, yeah, pretty much. As Izuku and yeah, Izuku and Harvey at this point are up on stretchers, as they're the first two that the paramedics came for, as they got them on stretchers, and they got them on this they got them in the ambulances, as they are driving pretty fast to the hospital. As I would say, when they arrive, Izuku's parents are waiting for them, as they are in tears, as they saw the live television footage. As once they saw what happened, they went they were going to go straight to the what's it called, the courthouse, but they knew by the time they go to the warehouse that their kids will already be in the hospital, so they went straight to the hospital instead, as they're just waiting for their kids to arrive. As they finally arrive, as they see their kids on stretchers, and they're just going to the emergency room, as they're taking both of them to the emergency area, as they're both just crying and weeping. And I'm gonna say a few weeks pass, and Izuku and Harvey are in the same room, just in a coma, as their parents gave the hospital enough money. Nah, I'm just gonna say they're top priority, so they're pretty rich. So they let Izuku and Harvey be in the same room, as to make it easier on I would say Inko and Hisashi, because they don't want to go to two separate rooms all the time, just looking after their children. As the hospital let Izuku and Harvey be in the same room, as they say it makes sense. They understood what the family is going through. As I would say, around this time, I would say the day I would say the day as everything settles down around the courthouse, the day after everything settles down, and that is now a crime scene, the whole warehouse. Batman is on the case of seeing what happened. He's going to find out very soon what happened and who is behind of what happened. And who the main target was, or if there was a target. Yeah, Batman's on the scene at the moment, so he's finding all the evidence he can. And it's at night. It's at night right now. It's night right now. As Batman is in the crime scene, and he's looking for any evidence, anything he can find. As let's switch to the same night of no. Let's skip to a few weeks after just a few weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks. Izuku and fuck, what's his fucking name? Izuku and Harvey are in a coma. As Izuku wakes up first, as he is feeling a lot of pain, as he sees the and feels the bandages all on his right side of his body, all the way down, as he is just feeling all the pain. As he starts to get up, as he sits up, and he sees a picture on a table beside him and his brother, as he sees his brother just laying there, motionless on the bed, as he's pretty pissed at this moment, as he sees his brother's lying there with bandages all on his left side, and most parts of his body, I would say, same with him. It's not just his left side. All parts of his body is hurt because of the explosions. Not just the left side or right side of them. As Izuku lifts up the pitcher and pours a little bit of water inside a little styrofoam cup. As he quickly grabs the cup and he starts chugging the water down. As he wipes his right side of his mouth, I would say no right side, his left side of his mouth. As he mainly feels the bandages on his left side of his mouth getting wet. As he is wondering what is that about. As around this time, as after Izuku chugged the water, or say Dent woke up. As he jolts up. He jolts up awake. As he's turning left and right. As he's eye is pretty blurry at the moment, as everything's blurry. As he starts to focus and he can see everything around him. As he sees he's in a hospital bed. And he looks on his right and he sees Izuku. Or Izuku is looking on his left and he sees his brother. As I would say, yeah. They look at each other and they're seeing how well, Izuku already saw all the injuries of his brother. Now I'm gonna go to Harvey's point of view as he gets up and pretty startled as he clears his vision as he looks at his right side and he sees Izuku's whole right side of his body being covered in bandages. Well, some of his left side being covered in bandages as well. Seeing his brother just covered in bandages and seeing him like that just made him have unbearable amounts of guilt and anger and pain all mixed up. As I would say, he starts to have as he's singing this, and his split personality starts to appear. As I would say, Harvey starts says in a low voice, "Whoever did this to you, I'll make them pay." As he says in a lower type of voice. No, I'm going to try to say it in a two-faced type of voice. Whoever did this to you, Izuku, I'll make them pay. As he clenches his left fist, as his right hand, his left fist, as he clenches his left fist. As his left fist is pretty bandaged up. As he's just clenching it right now. Well, he looks back at Izuku. Izuku is just playing with his two-sided coin at the moment. As Harvey is looking at Izuku playing with the two-sided coin. As he sees something different about it. As he asks Izuku, "What's wrong with the coin?" As Izuku laughs a little bit. it's funny. This coin is burnt like us. One side of the coin is burned like us. As Izuku keeps laughing a little psychotically. As I would say Harvey looks for his own coin, as he sees the coin by his bedside, as he sees it by the table on his side of his bed. As he picks it up and he sees the same burn mark on his coin. As he sees the burn mark is on the scratch side. As he asks, "Izuku, is yours the same as mine?" As Izuku looks at his, and he looks at his own coin, as he says yes. It's kind of funny. They're burnt on the same side of the on the messed up side, or our tails of our coin, our coins. As Izuku just keeps laughing here or there after finishing his sentences. As he's starting to have an unhinged personality because of his scars, the same as Two-Face would. As Two-Face has already started to develop his split personality. As I would say, Harvey would develop a more serious personality, like he would in the comics. He has a more serious personality, while Izuku develops a more playful personality. Yeah. Harvey's more serious, while Izuku is more on the playful side. As they are, everything about them is pretty much two sides of the same coin. Pretty much. That's their whole, that's what both of them are, pretty much. Two sides of the same coin. As they both start to develop their personalities, being driven insane while they're in the hospital. As I would say, the next day comes after the night that they woke up, because after them talking after a little while, to them talking. They had to go back to sleep to rest, as they were still pretty tired. As it's now the next day and they woke up, as Izuku tells tells his brother, "Are you scared? Are you scared or not?" As I would say, Harvey would say, "I'm a little scared, but we're gonna do it anyways." As they get up from their beds, a little wobbly, but they get up. As they go to the bathroom, as Izuku starts to peel off the starts to peel off the bandages on his face. As he's slowly seeing his face, as he's getting quicker about it, as he's looking at his face, as he finally finishes the taking off his bandages, as he is in complete horror at what he sees. Well, his brother is in horror at the same time at what they both see Izuku's face to be like. Izuku is pretty much he looks like Two-Face, but I would say his right side is burned instead of his left side, and he has white hair. The top of his right side has his hair all sticking out, like they kind of do in the comics of the real Two-Face. Well, the other side of his hair is pretty neat and tidy, and it's still white. Like I said earlier, whenever the beginning of the series, Izuku's hair is all fully white. I think I already said that. If I didn't, I'm saying it now. Izuku's hair is fully white, like Inko's. Inko has white hair. Hisashi has black hair, like black slick back hair, like Two-Face. As Two-Face pretty much wanted to look like Izuku's father, as Izuku's father is a real big role model to him. So he pretty much modeled his hair after Izuku's father. Izuku's. Well, Izuku's is a little different, but he kind of looks the same as Two-Face. Well, Izuku's a little smaller than Two-Face, as he is younger than he is younger than his brother, as he is still in university at the moment. As I would say, let me think on this. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the story and not talk about what Izuku looks like and what Two-Face looks like. Two-Face looks like this in the picture. Well, Izuku kinda looks like this. Pretty much everything on the opposite side. Well, his burnt side is on the right, while his actual face is on the left. Or not real face, but his normal face looks. His normal self is on the left, while his burnt side is on the right. I think Two-Face's or Harvey's outfit would look like just like this. This is what Harvey's gonna look like with his outfit. I'm gonna make Izuku look more like the Dark Knight's Two-Face a little bit. I'm gonna make that's just gonna be his outfit. Two-Face's outfit on the Dark Knight. I think it was the Dark Knight Rises, yes. That Two-Face. He's gonna have that outfit. I'll show you it in a second. But his whole right side is burnt just like this outfit right here. He wanted to look like his brother whenever they started to be criminals. As they still have that whole two obsession going on like the comics. But let me go back to the story. As Izuku and looks in horror at his face, as I would say Harvey, instead of generally peeling it off, he rips his bandages off. As he looks in his face in horror, same as Izuku, as they're just looking at each other and they're looking at their own selves. As I would say, Harvey is just staring at horror while Izuku cracks up, and his personality starts to come even more. As his personality starts to crack, and he gets a little psychotic. He's developing his personality. Well, he starts to laugh. As he laughs like this. As it gets even more and more. As he's laughing even more and more, and he just can't stop anymore. As he is, at this point, laughing psychotically. As he has broke. Izuku's mentality broke. His mind broke. As he says, "We are monsters, brother, big brother. We turn into monsters." As he starts to his other personality starts to come out, and it's more of a higher pitch. Big brother, big brother. As he laughs psychotically, as he says, "We are monsters." They turned us into monsters. Who I wish I got to kill. No, I'm not going to say he says anything about Moroni yet. As he says, "Moroni turned me into a monster." As he starts laughing. As he's holding his stomach, as he's just laughing psychotically. As he stops, as he says, "I want to kill Moroni. I want to kill him." As I would say, well, Izuku's personality comes out. I would say Harvey's personality slips up too, as he has more of a deeper voice. As he says, "Yes, we need to kill Moroni. We need him to die for us." Well, the other person, the person that blew up the courthouse, he needs to pay for his crimes as well. As Izuku says with a higher pitch voice, as he says, "Yes, yes, big brother, we need them to die. We need them to suffer for what they did to us. Moroni and whoever blew up the courthouse." As he is jumping up and down in joy while saying that. Well, I would say Harvey right now has his normal hand behind his back. Well, he has his coin as he shows Izuku. Izuku, little brother, we're gonna do this on the flip of the coin. As Izuku says, okay, what is it gonna be, big brother? As I would say Harvey says, heads. We don't go after them, and we waited out. We don't come for Moroni or the dude that blew up the yeah, that blew up the courthouse. Well, it tells we go after them and we kill both of them. As Izuku is jumping up and down in joy as he says, yes, big brother, I want tails, tails, tails. As I would say, he flips the coin as he tosses it in the air as he flips it. As they're both looking at the coin, well, it drops down. As he drops to the palm of his hand, as he puts it on his other hand, he puts the hand with the coin on top of his other hand. As he lets go, as he looks at the result, as both him and Izuku smile evilly. As Izuku says, yes, 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 fate is on our side. No, luck. Lady Luck is on our side, big brother. As I would say and I would say Two-Face or Harvey says, no, little brother, it's not Lady Luck. This is the Lady of the Court of Justice. She has showed us her ruling, as we are going to show judgment on them. As Izuku smiles at this as he says, they are going to be judged by us, big brother. No, he doesn't really say that. He's just smiles as he says, yes. As he's has a big white evil smile as they both smile as they nod their heads at each other. As Izuku goes back to his normal voice, well then goes back to his normal self too, as they say, okay, we'll go after the assholes that did this to us. As they go back to their beds, as they ring for they press a button for the nurse. As the nurse rushes in, as they say, we're up. As they ask, can we have a television? We want to know what's going on. I don't think they would say that though. No, they won't say that. As they say, we want to be discharged. As the nurse is surprised by their declaration that they want to be discharged, she says, y'all can't yet. Just as she's pointing at both of them, as she says, just look at yourselves. As both of them start to get angry. As they say, shut up. As they both say in unison, shut up. As they're kind of pissed at what the nurse said. As she just says, y'all need to stay in the hospital for a little bit longer. Y'all need to be checked out by the doctor himself, saying that y'all can be checked out and everything. And everything is right with y'all. As they both kind of get mad at that, but they just let it go. As the nurse leaves, as Izuku with his higher pitched voice says, I want to kill her. I want to kill that bitch for what she said about us. She pretty much told us that we're monsters. She told us that we are monsters. big brother. As um Izuku brings out his coin, as he says, "Can I flip the coin? Can I flip the coin?" As I would say at this point they are as Two-Face would say, yes, little brother, do it. Though I wouldn't do something as petty as that, but I'll let you do it. As she did call us and call us monsters, she needs to be judged. As he's getting his whole judgment thing going on now. As Izuku flips his coin, and he does it the exact same way his big brother does, or Two-Face does it in all the comics and everything. As the coin flips, and he gets his result. As Izuku pouts. No. I would say Izuku has a bright smile on his face. As he says, yes. I get to kill her. Lady Judge, the Lady Judge is being good to us. Or at least me. As he smiles wickedly. As he says, whenever I get discharged, I'm gonna kill that bitch. As yeah. As he smiles wickedly. As I would say, some time passes, and they finally get discharged. And on their discharge, their parents come. As they are crying, as they see their little kids, their little babies. As whenever they first saw their babies without their bandages, they were very shocked. Yeah, they were very shocked at what they saw. As they asked the doctors, could they do nothing with their faces? As the doctors say, no, they were too badly damaged. We couldn't really do nothing about it. As they as I would say, they get discharged, and they go to their house, I would say. But before they leave, Izuku and Harvey tell their parents to wait at the car. They have they need to talk to a nurse that took very good care of them. They need to thank her personally. As their parents say okay, as they wait at the car for them. As the nurse is by herself picking up some she's I would say she's doing something in the janitor's closet. Yeah, the janitor's place. As it's a pretty big place, cause the janitor needs a lot of things. So this place is pretty big. Where yeah, as she's there by herself. As Izuku and Harvey ask around, asking where the kind nice lady nurses, as they tell them where she is. As they walk into the janitor's closet. Well, it couldn't really be considered a closet. The janitor's place, as they close the door and lock it. Well, no one's looking. As they say, hello, nurse. Or Izuku says, hello, Miss Nurse. It took very good care of us. I do have to say, as the nurse looks at them, kind of kind of scared, because ever since she saw their faces, she's kind of scared of them. She doesn't know why, but she just doesn't feel right with them. She's kind of scared being in here alone with them. As Izuku just smirks evilly as I would say he conjures up his a something silent. He conjures up a jagged knife, and he gives one to his brother. They have the same knife, a same jagged knife right now. As Izuku just smirks as he says, "Nurse, can you please be quiet?" As the nurse has wide eyes right now, as she knows what they're going to do to her, as she asks why. As Izuku says, "We know the looks that you give us. The first time that you saw our faces, you pretty much called us monsters." As I would say Harvey says, no one calls my little brother a monster and gets away with it. As he says in a low tone, Izuku says in a high tone, as he says, "We're gonna play with you. We're gonna have fun." As Izuku dashes towards the nurse, as he stabs her, as he puts his hand towards his on her mouth before she could even scream out, as you hear muffled screaming, her screaming muffled from Izuku's hand, as Izuku just brings out his knife, and you just see her intestines just hanging out right now, as he swipes the intestines at the moment, as you just see it all hanging out. As this is a jagged knife, this is meant to bring pain to the victim. As Izuku is holding her, as she is still holding her mouth, as she's just feeling all the pain, and she's screaming, or she's trying to, and she's very muffled. No one could really hear her outside the janitor's place, or the janitor's room. As I would say, this is Harvey's turn, as he stabs her now, as he swipes left, as he brings more intestines out, as all she sees is her intestines just hanging out, and just in complete fear and pain, as she quickly just dies, as she just falls to the ground, just as they hear some intestines just go splat on the ground, while her body just goes thump on the ground, as they both just smirk to each other, and they just walk out of the hospital. As I would say, Izuku makes the weapons disappear around this time, as they have their suits on right now. They don't have their two tone suits yet, but they have suits on, as they just walk out, as Izuku makes the two weapons disappear that they had, so nothing traces back to them, as they have no blood on them, because they made sure to not have blood on them whenever they stab the bitch. As they go they leave the hospital and walk into the car of their parents, as they get into the car, and they say, "We're done with thanking the young I fucking made the young nurse, the nurse that took care of us." as they both smile. They have fake smiles on. As Inko and Hasashi just nod at them, and they started driving off in their Roy Rolls Royce vehicle. Their 4-door Rolls Royce. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that. As they go home. As Izuku and I would say, yeah, Izuku and let me think on this. Let me think on this, guys. As they go home, as they have they're not gonna go Harvey's not gonna go to work for quite a while, as he's taking some time off of work because of his injuries. Same as Izuku, he's not gonna go to school for quite a while, or ever. Before they even go back to their jobs, they're gonna be known as known fugitives, pretty much. They're gonna be known as criminals before they even have the chance to get back to their normal lives. As whenever they get home, I would say, they start to act differently, as their parents pick up on that. As Izuku sometimes they would see Izuku talking this normal way, and Izuku talking this high pitched voice sometimes, as they are very confused at that. As they're thinking, is there something that they're not telling us? Well, before they think that, they see the same thing happening with their with Harvey. He has his normal voice. He act normally sometimes, but sometimes he's acting differently with his lower tone voice, his two-faced voice. As I would say, yeah, I would say, let me think on this, guys. Let me think on this. I would say Harvey starts to change his suits up a little bit. He starts to change the materials and everything on the suits, as his suits would start to look like this, half of the side burned, like his face. As his parents are very concerned of what their son is doing, as they're asking, why you doing that to your suits? As I would say, Harvey would say, everything needs to match, just like my suits. My suits need to match me. As he points at his side of his self, or his burnt side of his self. As their parents are kind of getting worried. As I would say, after him, Izuku starts doing the same thing with his suits, but kind of differently. As he will wear different suits. As come on, let me. Oh, god damn it. God damn it, what the fuck? I want to show y'all the pic of what Izuku's gonna wear, but this just won't fucking let me. Let me pause this real quick, guys. I'm gonna say Izuku wears something more like this. on the lines of this. Well, his it's actually his right side that's burned, not the left side, like the picture. But but his right side is all gray and dandy, while his right side is burned. His jacket. He burns his jacket, his overcoat, I would say. Instead of burning his jackets, he burns his overcoats. Yeah, he burns the right side of his overcoat. Well, his left side has a it's normal. He doesn't change the colors of. He only burns the or makes the overcoat have different materials on the burnt side of his face, like the burnt side of his face. As he only does this to his overcoats, as he doesn't have the need to burn his whole left side of his suit, because he thinks that's too much of a hassle. Well, he just burns his overcoats because his overcoats are pretty long, as they go down to his legs. So he doesn't need to burn his suit. But like I said, he wears suits more on the lines of this. Well, his brother or cousin, Harvey, wears the suit that I showed earlier. And Izuku is burned all the way down. It skips. I would say it skips his private part, though. I would say it kind of doesn't get to that part, because he's not burned all the way down. He's burned all the way to his feet, yes, but it just, you know what I'm talking about. It just, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, guys. Y'all know. But his whole hand is burned, as he wears a glove. I would say he wears a leather glove to represent his burned side, as he doesn't wear the glove on his normal side, his left side. I would say sometimes he wears the gloves and sometimes he doesn't, as he keeps the glove in his pocket, his overcoat pocket, the burned side. As I would say, Izuku, yeah. As his parents see Izuku wearing the likes of this, but burnt like his brother, Izuku burns his overcoats, as they are very worried for their kids, as they don't know what they're thinking anymore. They're acting differently. They're acting they don't know what they're acting like, to be honest. They're acting more they're acting like different people right now, pretty much. As Izuku and is talking with his big brother right now. As I would say, he says in a higher tone voice, big brother, higher tone voice than his brother. Big brother, are we going to do it? Are we going to try to look for them now? As I would say Two-Face, or they're both pretty much Two-Face, to be honest. I honestly would not know what to call Izuku. If y'all have any ideas, please tell me. We're still gonna call Harvey Two-Face. What should the people of Gotham City call Izuku? Or should they just be called the Two-Face brothers, or Two-Face cousins? Or the Two-Face brothers sound has more of a click to it. or should they Izuku be called something totally different? As I would say um um is very getting very close to 2 hours. Don't know if I should do it or not, but whatever. I really like doing this episode, to be honest, so that's why this is gonna be two 2 hours long pretty much. As I don't know many people that's gonna watch this. As I understand people watching 1 hour episodes, I don't know if there are many people that's gonna watch this because it's 2 hours. But I'm just doing this because I really like this, so I'm gonna make this extra long. As let me think, guys. Let me think on this, guys. Yeah, I would say fuck. I can remember his name. Harvey says yes, little brother. Yes, Izuku. We are gonna get our revenge now, as he says in a deeper voice. As Izuku is very excited, as um his big brother says, though we need to find our own place, our own place for our plans. We need them to pay. We don't want our parents knowing what we're gonna do. They'll easily try to talk us out of it, or they'll do something stupid on those lines. To be honest, as Two-Face says. As Izuku just says, disagrees with him, as they're trying to find a safe house where they can start their plans up, and I'm gonna end it there. I hope y'all liked this episode of what if Deku was. I'm going to just call this what if Deku was the brother of Two-Face, pretty much. That's what I'm gonna call this. Guys, it's pretty easy. So, yeah, what if Deku was the brother of Two-Face? I'm not gonna name this series "What If Deku Was Two-Face" because he's not technically Two-Face. So yeah, I hope you all like this. I hope you like, subscribe, and yeah, and tell me in the comment section what we should call Izuku. And peace out.